Alright, so this is Soul 3. I want to talk about it because it was sent to the channel to look at. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't cap. I try to do the ortho thing and it hurts me. For me, even as a touch typist, ortho messes with the... I can't hit C. I can't hit C. So that's my biggest issue. I can't I think it's like C or like M, because I don't have the right finger placement. People have said that it takes you like a few weeks to get used to it. I did not invest that time. So these first impressions are from the build quality, the firmware, and let's run through it. Because there is a customer for this, and it's just not me, because I like having wrist pain. I'm just kidding. I need to find the feet. The RGB looks kind of crazy. Alright. So this is the RGB. What I need to do is I got an overview from Legonut. So this is from RGBKB. Legonut of RGBKB sent this to me, and it's a hot swap. So overview of this board before we get into too much of the details. This is a hot swap split ortho, and that is actually really nice. I'll tell you why. Most of the time you get these like split ortho whatever boards, it's like a through hell build. It's a pain in the ass. Know how I know? I built a bunch of them. They're staggered split, ortho split, but it's a pain to build them. So having it in, there's a pre-built configuration where you don't have to assemble anything. I'm gonna show you right here. This is the configurator, right? So the price increased since we looked at it first because of the actual chip shortage. So that chip shortage that GMK Pro is talking about, it's not a cap. It's a real thing that's happening right now. I personally like staggered too, but some people like ortho. So the cost of this thing is gonna be $110, $20. Is there a total at the end? $162. Let me double check that this is the correct price. No, it's actually $175 now. The overall price is gonna increase by $10 or so, and yeah, it's $175 total now. I think this is a little outdated. I'm just double checking my DMs. Orthos for deep nerd. Dude, split is actually the best way to get an ergonomic feel. To be able to move it for your shoulder width and positioning, that's like the only way. Alice is not gonna actually make your wrist feel better, in my opinion. Starts at $175, has a lot of options, upgrades. Okay, what's up at Legonut? So yeah, there's also their pre-built config. Where's the pre-built? That's gonna run more. Yeah, pre-built at $295. It comes with switches, so you can run your silence or a tactiles. Right now, I have in here Gateron Giants. And during the build stream, I didn't do it with foam, but we did it here. So back to the overview. This is a split ortho hot swap, and there's a tenting option that is really cool. The main draws of this board: 1, it's hot swap; 2, it's a screwless assembly and uses magnets. So the mounting style is really cool. It's like an O-ring around the plate, and then that is being sandwiched in through a stainless steel top and a stainless steel bottom, and it's held together by magnets. I'll show you real quick what that means. I can actually lift this right here. I should be able to. It's a strong magnet. That's the top piece. There's very strong magnets that can crush your fingers here, and you see the O-rings sandwiching the plate, right? The PCB is held to the plate via the hot swap socket. So once you take off the sockets, you can remove the plate. And the bottom is magnetic, top is magnetic. Bump onto here. Drop that in, just like that. It's pretty cool. The feet are also magnetized, like so. And if you're getting into split ortho, I had recommendations when people watched the stream last time. They said starting with the flat helps you get adjusted to it better. So if I connect it like this, you should be able to see underglow, I think. I just wanted to look at this. I didn't get paid for this. It's not a sponsored spot. That's why it's just a kind of quick overview. All right, show up. Connected. The RGB, there's so many RGB LEDs in here that if you increase it too much, it overloads the USB port, which is hilarious. But yeah, it's a little tough. Go like that or like that. I don't really know what the proper orientation is. I can type all the letters. It's except this like down here that messes me up. And let's turn up the RGB and see if we can break it because it looks cool. Let's where's the RGB options? Okay. Below V, this is the function key. Below C. So I'm changing the RGB settings here. I need to change saturation. Oh, there we go. Now we're in business. Now we talking. Holy hell. Even if you don't like RGB, you gotta, okay, now my computer says this is overloading, we don't like it. So what is lowering the brightness? VAD, okay, S. Just a little bit lower, replug. My computer said, nope. Let's turn the light back on, let's continue talking about the board. So the build process was, it was a little finicky, but I like how it's assembled because it can change, you can change it a lot. You can pull out the switches really easily. If you want to do the stabs again, that's easy. You don't have to do any screws. The feet are a little bit finicky, but there's a guide on how to assemble it, so it's fine. It's using a magnet that's stickied on to hold it in place. We're passing it through a powered USB to prevent the PC side error. I'm not sure. Lego, can you answer that question, please? Yeah, so that's kind of the draw of the board. You can kind of make it wider, you can make it closer, angle it, whatever you want most comfortable. The tenting, you can remove it really easy. Look, right like that. Magnetic. Easy peasy. Now we got it flat again. I don't have a nice USB-C to USB-C cable. This is literally my Samsung T5 whatever SSD. Yeah, the diffuser on the side is good. So that's overview. Let's talk about the build quality. It's solid. It just feels solid. I was a little concerned that the magnets wouldn't be strong enough to hold it together, but nah, this is, with the stainless steel top and bottom, it's pretty hefty. So let's get a weight on here. 42 ounces, 2.6 pounds for a split ortho. That's kind of insane. So in terms of assembly, I talked about before, it's a little finicky, but once you get the hang of it, it's a really ingenious mounting style. It's different from a burger mount. It's different. I think it's it's most akin to the jelly mount, making it a pretty comfortable typing experience because the flex is happening at the where the plate mounts. Believe I'm using an FR4 plate here. Yeah, we're using an FR4 plate here. So if you go with the heavier plate, you can go heavier. There's also a dark smoky sides, but the milky white is what you want. Another thing that's cool about Ortho is all these you can customize to whatever you want. So I feel like people that like 40s also like Ortho and can use split. It's hard though, so you have to commit to it. I built the left side with Gateron Giants using the gasket or the PCB from MK Ultra, and I'll do a sound test real quick. I'm gonna tell you, it sounds pretty good with the foam. It sounds fuller with the foam. In most scenarios, I don't recommend it, but here in this kind of like unorthodox like assembly, it's pretty good. Let's mute the music, bring it down. That's with the foam. And that's without. In this scenario, I definitely recommend the MK Ultra foam. Brenna says no foam is better. So, preference thing. I don't think it's like forced that you have to buy it. I like it with it. Use. Ortho requires committing to. So that's all you really gotta know. So if you look here, the brackets, there's no two brackets. If I'm looking at my key map, the brackets are inside. So this is where it gets a little funky. You gotta use the insides, but your thumbs do more work. I don't use my thumb for anything on the right side, so it was definitely a waste on me for the right side, but you can end up making a delete or backspace or something if you really want. There was an issue. If you remember my build stream, I was typing R and T and I was registering 5. That was a firmware thing. Legonut sent me revised firmware and I used it before the stream to do some typing test, and it's no longer doing that registering. It's some kind of weird like QMK thing. What else? Build quality, use, sound and feel. I think it sounds pretty good because these are boards that don't have a lot of space. So a board that doesn't have a lot of space, it doesn't typically sound like a full keyboard. I think when I use like my Timo V2 or like what's that other board that PrimeKB sold that was designed by AI3, Meridian, it didn't have a lot of space. I don't think this sounds hollow or tinny in any way, so that's good. Doesn't sound cheap. It's like a weird mix of like heavy stainless steel and the acrylic sides, or acrylic mid. I like it. And if you're worried about hollowness, there's always a PCB foam. Prime used before, I'm thinking the Meridian. Is it going to be via or just QMK? I was flashing via QMK. So having the tented feet as an option is pretty cool. I have never used tenting before. So it's kind of interesting to have an angle in the middle. If you were there's an Alice that has a tent in the middle. And that's supposed to be more ergonomic. My buddy who made his own board and did his own tenting says this is more comfortable. Another thing about split anything is you play WoW or something, dude. You can make this is big. You can make a gamepad out of this. Type K, yeah. I actually had a client that had me hold tight his board, which is a split ortho as well, to use for games. The price, under $200 for this is pretty sick. Without having to do through-hole soldering, through-hole is the end of me. So in terms of value, I think it's more expensive than through-holes because the labor, you don't have to do all the labor. If you're interested in split ortho with this kind of aesthetic that doesn't feel cheap, because a lot of split boards are like based out of FR4 and kind of feel kind of cheap. And you have the option of getting all the parts in one place, like the tenting and like different sides. And let's look at the site real quick. You can even get a pre-built or like have it come with switches. I don't know if it's like assembled into there. It might be. Here's what the black version looks like. It's definitely a niche item. Group buy, it's intended to ship in 5 months. Through-hole is better than SMD? Yeah. I've never even tried SMD. Oh, we got Boba U4s? Nice. Yeah, so the PCB, switch plate, the different color top, stainless steel bottom, magnet case, hardware, keycaps, and the cables. Alright, one other thing. So this board was given to me to take a look at. I like it, I just don't like the layout. But there are people that use ortho boards. I just don't talk to them. Yeah, I think it's cool. I miss this. I wish my other boards had RGB like this. Because I'm an idiot. But my Rukia gets damn close. Hopefully my Rukia weight will get back in time for the subathon. I doubt it though. We'll see. I'm getting that rainbow job on the Rukia brass weight. So on the left side, it's Gateron Giants, but only this side has the gasket and the right side doesn't. So Finally types like one of us. It sounds pretty good. Yeah, those are my final thoughts. I think it's pretty sick board. If you're bored and you just want to try something new, because how many 60s can you buy? How many TKLs can you buy? As for me, I like typing fast and I don't like feeling dumb again. So we're gonna give it away. Yeah, it definitely takes time to get used to ortho. People said weeks and I was like, I don't think I can work slow for weeks. Yeah, like this kind of RGB is unseen. Like I haven't seen something like that pops like this before. Bust out an ortho at the club to pull chicks. All right.